Hello there, Leo. This is Cindy from the New Moon Tarot. I'm a practicing witch and a tarot card reader, and this is a general love reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Leo for the week of August 10th. Now, if you are a cross watcher, meaning that you are not a Leo but you are involved with a Leo, please keep in mind that these energies are probably going to be reversed for you. And if this one doesn't resonate, Leo, please check your natal chart and look at my videos for your other placements. In fact, I would recommend doing that anyway, since these are general readings. Some of your energy is bound to spill over into some of these, particularly your moon sign, since that is your emotional side. It's said that that is how you are when no one is looking, is your moon sign. All right, let's get started, Leo. You can see I have my crystals out, I have a candle, have some goddess oil, and I have some rose incense up here. This is Venus Day. It's Friday if you happen to be watching this video today, so it's an excellent day to do love readings. So let's take a look. Some of you have been ghosted by someone, but since this is a general love reading, there are a couple of interpretations on this ghosting. So let's take a look and see what we have. We have the Seven of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So this person has been thinking about you. They are all up in your energy. You can see the Seven of Cups. He's staring down at these cups, tempted to touch one. He's got his hand to his mouth. He's thinking about it. They are thinking about you with that Two of Wands. You can see he's holding the globe in his hand, looking out into the distance. This person can't make up their mind. There's some indecision in this card. It's planning. It's trying to figure out what you want to do. This person is thinking about reaching out to you. But there's also the Seven of Wands here, which is some defensive energy. I think because they kind of up and disappeared on you, they are a little bit worried, like what your reaction might be. They're thinking about, would you be very defensive? Are you going to, just delete the message or, slam the door in their face or, not answer their call, that kind of thing. Send it right to voicemail. So yeah, there's a little bit of a back and forth there. However, let's look at the present situation. We're going to do your energy, theirs, the advice, and the outcome. So we have the Six of Cups. This is a past card. This is a nostalgia card. You know how when you look back into the past and it seems like rosy and like you didn't fully appreciate it whenever you were in that particular moment? You can see like the man and the dog, and he's thinking about, being a boy with that puppy. It's thinking about the past and being nostalgic and longing, some thinking about what it was like. And then there's the Page of Cups. Now, pages carry messages in the deck, and each of the pages has a different kind of a forte, if you will. The cups are about water. They're about emotion. It's all feelings. And so this is like an apology or, like a thinking of you kind of cute text, but they're not sending it because, again, with that defensive energy, like they didn't leave things so hot with you. So they're hesitant to reach out. All right. Let's look at your oracle reading. We have love yourself first. I think you have an abundance of self-respect. You realize that this wasn't like this person was like really inconsistent with you. They ran hot and cold. And I think with that Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you can see he's growing this plant, right? In the upright, that's putting time into a connection. It's putting energy into it. When it comes to relationships, pentacles symbolize like time, like physical effort, like being present, spending quality time with someone. This is realizing that you were kind of throwing money down a hole or time down a hole with this person. It wasn't working. So when they left you, you didn't go back after them. You may have sent them like a text just to see, and then you were like, okay, you heard crickets back, so whatever. I'm not doing this anymore. So I do think though, this person has been like all up in your energy and you have been thinking about them because we have that Page of Swords here. Now, the Page of Swords is this page is a bit of a stalker. I'm just going to come out and say it. You have been thinking about this person, maybe scrolling through their social media, or just putting a lot of thought energy. The swords are about their air signs, their logic, their thoughts, sometimes obsessive thoughts. So you were, thinking about it, maybe wondering what happened to them, because I do think that you're kind of evaluating things right now with that Knight of Pentacles. The Knight, this is one of the Knights that's all about planning. This Knight never does anything in a hurry. He's not like the Knight of Swords that kind of rushes in without any thought. He's not a player like the Knight of Wands. He's all about passion. This one, he's slow. He's slow, he plans, he takes his time, he studies a situation from every angle. And I think that's what you're trying to do with your life. You're trying to decide, where am I going to allocate my resources? Because Pentacles are all about resources. It's time, it's money, it's intention. Where would it be helpful for me to spend my resources at? Like, what do I want to put time into? And I think with this relationship, you're wondering, is it dead? With death showing up here, like, are you holding on to a dead thing? Now, we're at the harvest season. I don't know if you happen to be particularly witchy, but I am. And one of the things one of my spiritual teachers was talking about is, what are you harvesting at this time of year? We just had Lammas, and we're about to have Mabon and then Samhain. All of those are harvest holidays. And what have you been working on all year? What are you, bringing into the table from the field, or, metaphorically speaking? And what's dead on the vine? What withered and died? And I think that's what you're wondering right now with the world showing up here. The world is about endings and beginnings. It's the kind of card that shows up when you're in a transition period. You can see the Merkaba on there for the soul. It's, I'm going to graduate from school. So, my childhood ends and my adulthood begins. I am getting married. So, my single life has ended and my life as a couple is beginning. It's a transition time. And I think that's what you're wondering. Is this thing dead? Should I, prune this tree, metaphorically speaking? Yeah, that's what's going on. But your person has been thinking about you. And there's a couple of ways I can interpret this. So we have deception. We have someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. There is some element of a player in this person. The Three of Cups has shown up, and this can be a dating card. It's having fun with your friends and going out. It's also kind of like an indulgence card for me. Like, you can see they're under the light of the full moon. They've got this wine. It can mean, staying up all night, howling at the moon, having too much wine, too much sex, too much food. It's someone who enjoys that. Along with the Five of Wands behind there, which might mean competition, and the Knight of Wands. Like I said, this is kind of player energy here. Now let's talk about this a second. This can be the sort of person who enjoys the game. They enjoy the chase. They like winning you over. They like gaining your attention, your flirtation. The Knight of Wands loves to flirt, loves passion. heated sex and, that banter back and forth. It can be intoxicating and a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Knight of Wands is not consistent, but the Knight is fun, super fun. And that Five of Wands can be banter back and forth, or simply like they may know you have a lot of attention, or they like people that get a lot of attention and they want to see if they can get your interest, make you come on over to their table if they buy you a drink. So I have a feeling that's kind of what this person is really into. They love the chase. However, there's a couple of different interpretations of these cards. So we have, hold on a second. There's so much out here. We have the Three of Wands. Like I said, with that Two of Wands up there, this person is thinking about you. Now, one interpretation of this I have, and then we'll do another one, because remember, this is a collective reading, that this person may have gotten caught up in their own game with that Nine of Wands. That is the soldier at the gate. It's carrying a torch for someone. It's the fire that won't go out. You know what I mean? When someone is in your mind, in your thoughts, in your heart to some extent, because that Ace of Cups is also shown up there. They may have gotten caught up in their own game in some ways. Things ended with you, and maybe they expected you to chase them a little. That didn't happen. And now they're like, well, I wonder, like what she's up to or what he's up to. Does Leo think about me? Does Leo still have feelings for me? I have feelings for Leo. I still have that torch. And they're just wondering if there's that possibility of the Ace of Cups there. They're wondering if there's that emotion there. The Ace of Cups is one of those cards. You can see like there's a heart forming in the middle of that cup with all of that water. It's like emotions are overflowing with this. It'll show up. You know how, like, in the beginning of a relationship, when you haven't said I love you yet, you feel like it's going to burst out of you if you don't? Yeah, that's kind of what this card is. Or you can also turn it around, and this card came up for me when I was in the first few weeks of grieving my mother. That grief would pour out of me. I'm crying in the middle of Target because I saw something that reminded me of her. I cried because I saw this woman going out with her mother. They were having a coffee together, and that's what I used to do with my mother. And I wanted it so bad. I wanted to hear her voice. I wanted to see her face. And that grief just welled out of me. The Ace of Cups is like uncontrollable emotion. And I think they're wondering if that is still there. Do you still hold a torch for them? They still hold a torch for you. They think about you. They may have gotten caught up in their own game, but we have that Seven of Swords here, which is trickery. It can be like sometimes it's sneaky behavior, sometimes it's shady behavior, but other times it can mean just being strategic. You know what I mean? Whenever you're in a meeting with the boss and you present yourself in the best possible light, it's being strategic. And maybe holding on to their emotions a little bit with that Four of Pentacles, just being a little reserved. Again, there's that defensive energy up there with the Seven of Wands. They don't know how you're going to react. So we have that interpretation. Now let's look at the dark side of this. Now the dark side of this is we have this kind of like player chase energy over here. They are wondering, thinking about you, does Leo still have that torch for me? Is Leo at the gate, full of all of this Ace of Cups emotion that's so delicious? I would love to have a drink of that. I'm parched. So I am going to be super shady and sneaky here with the Seven of Swords and be withholding with the Four of Pentacles. I'm not going to reach out. I'm not going to give them that emotion that they're seeking. Chase me, Leo, chase me. That's kind of another interpretation that can go on here. So, like I said, general love reading. Now, what is your advice? We have Temperance, well, if I can let you see it, we have Temperance. So find that balance here. Is this a dead thing? Do you need to remove this burden with the Ten of Wands? The Ten of Wands is an emotional burden. It's carrying stuff that no longer serves you. It's carrying stuff that, is over. It's gone. And I love this listening to wisdom card. This is about intuition. Don't necessarily pay attention to what your eyes and everything is telling you. Like, listen in. Listen to your inner voice, your guides, the universe, however you conceptualize that. And find that balance. There is a light and a dark. You need to decide whether or not this person is worth any more of your mental energy. That's the advice here. Now let's look at the outcome. So we have the Eight of Wands. I have a feeling a lot of you are going to hear from this person. That can indicate messages back and forth, like someone trying to get your attention. The Two of Swords, they've made that decision to contact you. Maybe because of the Ten of Wands there, they feel, here, let me let you see this card. You can see she's moving here. She has all of her crap picked up. Now this is the same card as over here with the emotional burdens. I'm seeing this and this particular placement and this particular rendition of the card is moving on or moving past it. There are some emotional burdens here, but I got to mosey on down the trail. There's my Southern coming out. Another interpretation of this is they're going to contact you. They're going to make that tough decision, or you're going to make that tough decision with the Two of Swords, whether or not you want to move on with this person, whether you want to move forward, whether you even want to talk to them at all. So let me know down below if this resonated for you at all. Please like and subscribe, since I do free weekly readings here for all of the signs. And well, blessed be Leo. Have a good week. Bye-bye.